Hi guys, my name is AzleSnow, and today I wanted to bring you a video about Sakumon's core gameplay and mechanics. And now, to start this video off, I do want to say that everything in here is subject to change, and I tried to grab as much as I could of the core gameplay and mechanics and shove it in. I hope I'm covering everything. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. There's some customization stuff that I'm going to save for the next video, which will be focusing on customization and community. And to answer the first most important question, yes, you can pet your Sakuman. Okay, in the top right corner, you will see Decorate, Inventory, and your main menu. We will go over Decorate later, as it pertains much more towards, decorating your house, decorating your island, all of that. So we'll save some of that for customization video next, and we'll talk about some of it as it does pertain to core gameplay mechanics in this video. But we are provided with some nice little house designs, concept art from the devs, and so we do have the ability to, customize how our house looks on the outside. Just a little nice thing to point out there at the beginning. Now, to go through our main menu, we have Sakus, which will be your Sakupedia, Outfits, Craft, Friends, Scan, and Cheats. Don't worry too much about cheats right now. This is from devlogs and the alpha testing, so that's for them and all of that fun jazz. We'll be going over the other 5. And first and foremost, we're going to be going in order with Sakupedia. In the Sakupedia, you will be able to view stats about your Sakumon, being their type, what stage they're at, when you first saw them, when they were obtained, and a little bit of flavor text info about them. Now, we do officially have a type chart. We have neutral, fire, water, grass, electric, rock, food, air, and magic. I don't know how these will play into battling, but I'm sure they will. I mean, fire being strong against grass, grass being strong against water, all that. I'm really wondering what food and magic are going to be if they do. And now, even within the Sakupedia, we do see a mystery slot for a Sakuman, and that is actually really promising because that means that there are going to be more Sakumon, like a Series 2. Now, the next thing in the main menu I want to talk about is the Outfit tab. When you click on the Outfit tab, you will be greeted with a plethora of different outfits to dress your islander up with, to keep yourself styling. You will be able to buy more outfits at the multiplayer hub using coins that you earn from mini-games or by selling materials that you'll get from gathering, which we will talk about later. Now, the next thing in the main menu tab is the crafting menu, which would be a little hard to go over without first explaining how gathering will work. We will have a certain amount of tools for fishing, chopping wood, gathering flowers, breaking rocks to gather different resources to craft different items. We will then use those items to decorate our house, decorate our island, maybe even our enclosures for our Sakuman, which we'll go over those here in a little bit when we talk about the decorating mechanics. It seems like the resources we can gather right now are ores from rocks, fishes, flowers, and seeds. You will of course be able to sell these in the shop for coins. After you've gathered enough resources, you can then craft things like beds, benches, fountains, post signs, ponds. Honestly, literally, it looks like a lot of different things. Now, enclosures, which you see a potato enclosure just being placed down, are places where we will be able to store our Sakuman. What they will be stored and doing, we do not know this very second, but they may generate resources. That's something that I'm thinking definitely could be a possibility. I have no confirmation on that, but, it would be pretty cool. And the next few things in the main menu are the friends list and the scan. I'll go over the friends list really quick. I don't feel like it needs an explanation, but I'm sure we're going to have the ability to get our friend ID, send that to our buddy, and then add our buddy to our friends list, and then meet them in-game in the multiplayer hubs or on our islands. Now for the scanning, how scanning will work is that you'll ready up the scanning, you'll take your figure, and you'll place it to the back of your Android or iPhone, and it'll scan the figure in, and once it's read everything in, like the RFID chip inside of it, it'll poof the Sakumon onto your island, and it'll be right there. If it's a brand new Sakumon, it will be in egg form, and we'll go over how to hatch those momentarily. After you hatch it, it will be a little bitty ball baby, and then whenever it evolves, it'll evolve into its adult form. All the Sakumon that you see here are in their adult form. Now, that little robot behind us, that's not a Sakumon. That is actually a moving incubator. So you can put your eggs in there and check on your eggs anytime, while also having your Sakumon follow you around, which I think is very charming. Now, after your Sakumon hatches, it will come out of the incubator and will follow you around your island, help you collect resources, all of that fun jazz, just like all of your other Sakumon. Now, of course, like I said, I can't show any baby Sakumon because we have no footage of baby Sakumon. So here's a lucky. Now, the next thing I want to go over are some of the games. Now, there is fishing, and this is the fishing NPC, but she also has a daily game and a daily quest. You will use it to get resources and materials, but also I think she has something to do with the aquarium, which we'll talk about in the next video. But as you see here, we do have a dungeon run-like minigame where you will have to dodge Sakumon or you'll get knocked around. And at the end of each haul, there will be some resources like ores or different types of plants that you'll have to use for crafting and all of that fun stuff. That will be essentially daily grabs that you can get. And once you're done, it'll say time's over and you'll return and you'll get your daily rewards. Going into the multiplayer hub, you'll go to the dock on your island, board the boat, and you'll enter the multiplayer hub. Here, you'll meet up with your friends, pet their Sakumon, plan games, and all of that. When you go to the very far right, that's where your clothing shop will be. In the very middle, there will be a mailbox. I'm sure we will get our daily rewards, our daily newsletters, and all of that in there. We will have an in-game chat function, and hopefully in the future, we're gonna have holiday events, and maybe even just random events, seasonal events. So the look of this place might actually change. The next thing I want to go over is something of many things that I am very much personally excited for, which is the Sakumon Battle Arena. You'll pick your team of 3 and enter in a 1v1 style battle against your opponent. Each Sakumon will have basic attacks and passive skills and active skills. So it's kind of like a 1v1 Pokemon Unite, but team of 3. Like I said, you'll enter into an arena. You will have grass coverage to plan your attacks, so strategy is key. As you see here, you have a potato and an Axel throwing different attacks out at each other. Whenever you swap out by clicking your Sakumon up at the top left, it'll teleport you back to your spawn point, and then you'll have to re-enter the battle and go back. Now, we don't know if going back and selecting a different Sakumon will put your Sakumon in recovery mode or something like that. We'll need a little bit more details. Now, I wanted to save this next bit for last because I know it's probably the community's biggest hype thing, which is Sakumon racing. Now, we don't have a lot of details about how this works, and we only have a small little scene of some testing, but we do have some concept art and, you know, images of items that could be used in the kart races. But I wanted to save this for last because I knew everybody was like really excited about it, so give some space for speculation. Now in the small clip that we do see that it will be a 4-player thing. We've got turbo, drive, and items. We do have a concept art of some items, that being a honeycomb, a rocket, a soap or a banana peel, a flower or a jalapeno, and some bubblegum. So the projectile, you can probably launch it forward and knock somebody else's cart away. A glue you probably place behind you, and whoever drives into it gets like immediately stuck. The slippery item will probably make them lose control. Your turbo will grant you your turbo, and the bubble gum, I may do the same thing as the glue. I know it's stuck under there under the glue, but it would be cool to see the honeycomb and the bubble gum do something different. So we got a lot of speculation there in just this one image of what could happen, and we get a happy Salagon. And the last thing I want to add is that this game is going to be live service live op, meaning that it will be constantly updated with seasonal and holiday events. So it will be constantly growing. New things to do, new people to meet, new Sakumon to catch. Oh, yeah, I didn't mention catching because we have no footage of catching, but that's a mechanic that we're going to have. I hope we get some more. Hopefully I'll do a video about that. But yeah, that about covers it for the basic gameplay and mechanic core loops that we know of right now. If there's anything that y'all wish to see in the game, or maybe anything I missed, let me know down in the comments. But as always, like, subscribe, all that fun jazz. I'm not really good at doing the sellout stuff, but what I am good at doing is telling you thank you for watching the video, and as always, love, peace, and chicken grease, sunshine, happy days, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. Much love, homies. Peace.